All right. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to another episode of the TED Talk. Ted here. And we are coming back to the interviews. First of all, I wanted to thank everyone for the great support on the body interview and, of course, the podcast we did with Thorin, which were the last couple of videos. And greet everyone new to the channel that has come throughout the last couple of weeks because we've been grinding. We've been trying to develop the channel and give you guys as much of a behind the scenes peek on a lot of the players, a lot of the talent, and all interesting source and topics. On that note, I am quite glad to welcome my guest for this episode of the TED Talk, 17-year-old Nikita. Most of you know him as cmtry from obviously NAVI Jr, now FUT Esports, product of Navi's Academy, and a young and aspiring AWPer that I'm going to be talking to about his entire career, path into professional Counter-Strike, and a lot of other things. Nikita, thank you very much for joining me on this one. How are
Yeah,
you
thank you
feeling?
too for inviting. I'm feeling good. Everything fine.
Everything fine. Congratulations on the foot transfer. This is
Yeah.
quite a new thing. Obviously, we're gonna get to that later on. But just to start it off, to inform everyone onto what's been going on, you guys, after parting ways with Navi as an organization, were playing under ex Navi Jr, and now
Yeah.
you've joined Turkish organization FUT Esports, which is more well known for games like EAFC, for example. They're really strong in, and I think Valorant, some
They're really
other.
strong in Valorant. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So
Really
you
strong.
you joined them a couple days ago. What are your first I guess interactions with the organization like? First opinions, everything all right? Tell us a little bit about the process of you guys going over there.
To be honest, when Navi said about this org, I didn't know nothing about food. But after I start to check some Twitter accounts, some Instagram accounts, and I could see that they had a lot of disciplines from FIFA, I think, Valorant, Brawl Stars, like a lot of games. And I just checked everything. In Valorant, they have really good team. They have a good team at Brawl Stars and some.
Okay, yeah, lovely stuff. We're gonna get to that and the fact that you guys are playing with misutaa now later on in the interview. That's gonna be one of the final topics. Now, how we do things on this channel is I'm gonna ask you a couple pretty basic questions about how you started getting into Counter Strike. Since you're a very young man, I
Yeah.
assume that wasn't too long ago. But please do let me know, when did you start playing Counter Strike? When did it become more of a passion and not really just a hobby? So yeah, how was early days CS for you? What year did you get into it?
So I started to play and Counter Strike 0.6. I think I was like 9 or
Okay.
10. I had some laptop. I was playing some publics, like running shooting. After I think it was 2018 or 17 when I got a new PC and I
Mm-hmm.
just downloaded the Counter Strike, like CS:GO.
Yeah.
I start to grind it too. I was playing
Mm-hmm.
a lot of death matches, face it, blah blah blah, and I got I know the demon from my childhood.
Mm-hmm.
We were in the same town with him, and he got
Okay.
uh, invite to Navi Academy. It was, I think.
Yeah.
So he said like, grind too. Maybe we will play soon in same team and
Mm-hmm.
stuff like this. I was just playing face it, and I got really a lot of elo at 15. I was like top 50 by elo in Europe, and
Mm-hmm.
a lot of people started testing me. Some Navi guy typed me and asked if I can play some racks with them,
Mm-hmm.
and they test me, and I got in Navi Junior. It was, yeah.
It was Navi Youth, I think, initially.
No, no, no. It
Or
was Navi Junior.
oh, okay.
I played Navi Junior.
Oh, and
After it
then
was
you went
Navi
to
Yas.
Youth? Okay.
After it was again Navi Junior.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but you had no HFTV officials with Navi Junior at first, right? And then you
Yeah, yeah,
you
yeah, yeah,
went
yeah.
into Youth and then you went back Junior. Okay. I
Yeah,
want to
yeah, yeah.
actually ask you a little bit about before that. You did play the first record of you actually playing some officials was not even on Navi Junior, and that's an interesting one. I'm gonna tell you why it piques my interest because your first Liquipedia officials were with a team called EU Mix, and you actually did play with makazze on that team. You played a CCT
Yeah, yeah,
South
yeah, yeah, yeah.
South
Yes,
Europe
yes.
qualifier. So talk to me a little bit about that. So you've known makazze for a really long time, and just to clarify, this is a couple of years before you guys became teammates on Navi Junior. So you must have become quite good at the game quite quickly because that was 2020, and you said you started playing in 2017, 2018.
Yeah, yeah. For like 3 years, I got from third level. I got 5k elo. I
Okay.
did it very very fast.
And
So like this.
were you playing other video games before that, or was Counter Strike the first one and you just became really good instantly?
I think it was the first one, but I still like to play other game. I'm playing it good, but Counter Strike the most loved game for me.
What other games do you play?
I playing Deadlock. I'm playing Dota, and I think that's it. And like other games, I'm playing like FIFA with friends.
Okay.
Sometimes in some off days, and playing some UFC 5,
Mm-hmm.
and that's all. But
Okay.
I really like Deadlock.
Okay, okay. Yeah, Deadlock is a fun one, right? That's like the Team
Yeah,
Fortress of Dota 2. It's
yeah, 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 yeah,
I've
yeah,
tried it a couple times. I'm not that good at it. I'm not gonna lie to you.
yeah.
But talk to me a little bit about playing with makazze in 2020. Were you guys friends even back then, or was it more of a we're just gonna make a mix out of people with high elo on Face It and just play a little bit together? And how was he as a player back then? Do you feel like you guys were getting on the same page and became friends even back then?
To be honest, we didn't become friends. We become like even enemies. So I
Okay.
got in this mix. We played some games. We lost them after we name each other's like that. I am bot. He is bot. I block him. He remove me, and that's all. And that's
Okay.
kind of all. I leave this mix, and that's all.
Okay.
Nothing more.
So it wasn't love at first sight with makazze then.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
Um,
We hated each other so bad.
that's really fun. That is really funny to hear. But talk to me a little bit about Navi. You said that you got approached, and obviously for you, was it a no-brainer when you get approached by Navi to join in? And how was that entire experience for you? Was that the first time when you were thinking about maybe pursuing a professional career, or even before Navi came knocking on your door, you already knew that you wanted to go pro in the game eventually?
Be honest, even before the Navia, I saw that I have a big potential to be someone in this game, to play some LANs maybe in future, some majors, and I was just riding face it.
Hmm.
A lot of pro players who was streaming in face it, they aim is that I'm so good always
Okay.
and stuff like this. And after I got in Navi Junior, I played a couple of prags and I didn't like it, to be honest. I didn't like
Mm.
the competitive Counter Strike,
Hmm.
but after like few weeks, I got used to it and I started to enjoy it.
Which parts of it didn't you like? Was it the fact that everything was structured, that you needed to be somewhere on time, take more responsibility, I guess?
Yeah, 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 yeah. Everything like this, like about the pracs, about some practic, some
Hmm.
nades, some theory with the coach and stuff like this. I didn't like it at first because I was liked only to play face it and that's all.
Was it so you are still 17, so I presume you haven't
Yeah,
finished
yeah,
your high school education even at this point, but
yeah.
was it difficult trying to balance with school, and is it still difficult trying to balance things with school? Like how are things going on there right now for you?
Uh, so basically, like. It was kinda easy because we was meeting at 6, 5 p.m.
Hmm.
and ending like 10, 11. So
Okay.
basically, I was coming to school at 9 a.m., 8 a.m. I was coming back at 2, 3 p.m. I was doing some lunch for myself, some homework, and after I was just playing. That's
Hmm.
all. So it was easy for me.
Okay, and one last thing on that note: what is your family and parents' opinion on what you do for a living now, and obviously what you wanted to pursue back then? Did you have any other? Obviously, you're quite a young man, so you're going in
Yeah.
from that generation where uh, it wasn't like you started playing when you were a teenager already, or well, late teenager, early 20s, and whatever. But was there anything else that you wanted to pursue in life? Was there any other jobs, any other type of specializations that you wanted to follow if it wasn't for Counter Strike?
I didn't think about it, and no,
Okay.
it was the only game I think. With the parents at the beginning, at the start, it was hard a bit. My mom didn't like that I'm playing. My dad didn't like. My grandmother didn't like. everyone didn't like that I'm playing. But after I got some contract by Navi, I got some salary. I won some local lands, and they started to saying that it can be good if you
Mm-hmm.
showing on example that you can reach some money with it and stuff like this. Now, for example, now my father and mom scrolling LTV,
Mm.
checking the games, opening streams, checking the comments,
Yeah.
under high games, and so now it's good.
You have to teach them not to look at the HOTV forums though, right? Because this is a really dark place. They should
Yeah,
ignore the HOTV forums and just focus on
yeah,
watching the
yeah,
games.
yeah, yeah,
But
yeah. I
yeah,
teach them.
Navi Junior, talk to me a little bit about the fact that you started with Junior and then you had to go into youth. How was that experience for you? Did you feel like maybe you weren't ready? Because for people that don't know, Navi Junior is the official academy and Navi Youth is the project for pretty green players coming into it. So there's levels to it, right? There's the main team on top, then Navi Junior in the middle, and Navi Youth kind of at the bottom of this entire change. So, did it feel like you maybe weren't ready for junior at the time when you took the step down into youth?
Uh, I don't think so. I think the Navi just wanted to do international roster, who speak English, and
Hmm.
we had in Navi, yes, everyone speaking Uk- Ukrainian,
Hmm.
everyone from Ukraine. So they try to change it. They try to keep us as youth and do the international team, and that's all. But I don't think that Ivy Junior played really better than us.
Okay. And before we get into the teammates that you started playing with, because those are the guys that you're with up to this date, pretty much, right? You haven't really changed teammates all too much. I guess Frozik is the other one, is the only one that hasn't stuck around with you since your day one. So you haven't played with a bunch of people in your career, actually. You've played just with a bunch, not with a whole lot. I was wondering about, I guess, the way that you started with falling in love with Counter Strike. Was there any big inspirations for you in your own scene? Because you were growing up and starting to play the game at the time when Simple was in his peak, and he was obviously a Navi player. Monacy was in the academy as well. That was right before his transfer over to G2. So, was there anyone in particular, maybe out of those two, maybe someone else that you were looking up to?
No, to be honest, now I always saying that I don't like really to watch the games. I really rare watch some agers. I just don't like to watch. I like to play, and I don't have any how to say it any people who I really love. In
Okay.
this game, and that's all.
So you're not looking up to anyone, you just want to be your
Yeah,
own
yeah, yeah,
player.
yes, yeah, yeah, yeah. That's the
Okay.
main goal for me.
Okay, and then we're gonna move the conversation in towards your coach, Coolio, who's still your coach on Foot
Yeah.
right now, and he actually was on this channel. We did do an interview with him a couple months ago, and of course, people can go and check that out. I'm gonna leave it in the description. But talk to me a little bit about Coolio as a coach and the impact that he's had on your development as a player and as a person, because he's been with you since Navi Youth, right? And then he got promoted to junior, and he said that he wanted to get you alongside him in that new project alongside Demon as well and Frozik. But yeah, talk to me a little bit about him.
So the coolio is a young guy, young coach, and I think it's a big plus that guy is still young. He's still in game.
Hmm.
And I like it in him. He's hardworking. It's a
Okay.
good coach. He is smart. He is funny guy at some moments, and he's just a god. That's what can I say.
Okay, what are the main things you would say you've learned from him? Maybe it could be inside of the server, maybe outside of the server, because obviously he is young, but he's a little bit older and a little bit more mature than you and a lot of your teammates, right? So he's kind of like the dad of the group in a sense. So I assume he's helping you guys out even in people matters, right? Just helping you get some values, maybe the way that you think outside of the server as well. So yeah, talk to me a little bit about that.
Uh, what I learned to him, I think first of all, it's some discipline. He's really disciplined, guys.
Hmm.
as guy, and I learned some discipline in the game and outside too. It's the most important thing what I learned from him, and other stuff. It just like I don't know what to say.
Okay,
I
that's
think
fine.
that's discipline.
Okay, discipline is good enough. And I wanted to ask about that a little bit because obviously you're a young guy. You say you're not really watching the game as much you like playing. You've been an opera all your life, correct?
No,
No?
no. In EU mix, I played as Rifler. I
Okay.
had some LTV games with Taipan.
Mm-hmm.
I played the Rifler, and when I got in Navi Junior, like to Navi team, I started to be the Opera.
Okay, and why was that? Did you want to go through that transition and become an opera, or was it just the team needed someone and you were the one to step in?
They needed Opera, and I didn't want to be Opera, to be honest. I like to play some star roles,
Mm-hmm.
but they said, if you want, let's try you as Opera. I played some racks with them, and they liked me. So I decided to keep my hope.
See, that's an interesting thing that you're saying because I have found out in my lifetime in Counter Strike that opers that used to be rifles tend to be a lot more aggressive and tend to be running around a lot more even when they do play the op, right? Because you do have that
Yeah.
blood boiling, I guess. You just want to be in the mix of things at all times. Was that something that you've ever experienced issues with? Maybe finding the right discipline inside of the server and being like, I need to be a little bit more supportive. I need to hold angles. I need to hold flashes for my teammates.
Yes, of course. And I think every opera who used to be a rifler had these problems. I had problems with things that I always was repicking, dying,
Mm-hmm.
without no sense. It was a most big problem for me.
Okay, and I assume this is something that you've been working with Coolio as well on trying to
Yeah,
polish in your
yeah,
game.
yeah. We had a lot of work, yeah, with my repicks and stuff like this.
Okay,
I was too aggressive, and
mhm.
I was dying without any sense. Now it's better, hopefully.
All right, but you still see yourself as an aggressive type of player. That's the type of opera that you want to be, right?
Yeah, yes. Sometimes even some games, if I don't like op, if I don't have a mood, for op, I'm still saying that fuck op, and I will take just a K and run.
Okay, there's an interesting question I want to ask you. Obviously, you actually probably have played a lot more professional Counter Strike in CS2 than in CS:GO, but CS:GO was the version that you started. Do you feel like
Yeah.
it's a little bit more difficult to be an aggressive opera in CS2 than it was in CS:GO?
Yeah, of course. In his two op got nerfed, I think, in
Mm-hmm.
my opinion. In CSGO, it was OP gun. It was so easy to pick, to move, to kill, to jump, to
Yeah.
sit. And now it's a bit hard. If you're just staying and holding angle with your op, it's so easy to pick you and to kill you nowadays.
Okay, we do a bit of a fast forward. Now, you played on a Ukrainian speaking team, but with an international coach, obviously, for a little while, and then you joined NAVI Jr. and you go over there with Krabeni and makazze as well. Krabeni as the in-game leader, makazze obviously as a star rifle. How did you guys polish? I didn't have that written down actually, but now I want to know because you told me you hated each other. So how did you guys polish the beef with makazze? What was the first couple days of the team like?
To be honest, when we meet after the first time in TeamSpeak, after our war, between us, like I just saying to him hello, he's saying to me hello, and we instantly started to talk about it, and we realized that it was some like shit, it was mistake to talk like this between us, and it's good. It was
Okay.
good. We become a really good friends.
Okay, so it's one of those good moments when you probably have had situations like this when you were younger, like 8, 9,
Yeah,
10.
yeah,
You
yeah,
just fight with someone the first time you
yeah,
meet them. And then the other day you go to play football together again and you're like, well, now we're best friends. We've already fought.
yeah.
Let's become friends. That's really wholesome to hear. Talk to me a little bit about the dynamic of playing in English though, because you said that you did play some facets, you've played on some mix. But I presume it's a little bit different once you get into the official server and you need to communicate in English, especially with guys like Krabeni and makazze that are quite emotional and speak pretty quickly as well.
I think it was fine. Like when Navi said that he will be like approach to Navi Jr to international team to
Hmm.
they said it to me to don't remember who it was.
Demon maybe? Frozik? Because
I
no,
think
he was getting
Demon
replaced. So Demon
Yes,
dziugs.
yes, yes, yes. I think Demon Frozik, maybe not Frozik. I don't
Frozik
remember
got
actually.
replaced in the well, he got replaced later on by makazze, but
We
initially it was
played, yes,
Krabeni,
yes. We
dziugs,
played a bit.
Frozik, you, and Demon.
Yes, yes, yes. And like I didn't know what would happen after because I will say it, can we like stop a bit, do some off days, and he will decide what future we will have, you know. And I didn't know at all like what will happen after they type us and explain that now you guys talking English.
Hmm.
I had some panic, you know, and I thought I can't talk it good, but overall I think my English to talk in game to explain some things in game it's enough. Outside of game it's not that good, but it's still decent, I guess.
We've already done 20 minutes of an interview, and you're doing really well. So big yourself up. Your English is great.
Yeah, yeah,
We
yeah,
so you join Navi Junior, you get promoted just for the sake of the timeline around May, June of 2024, right? So that was last year, and then a couple months later you add makazze to the
yeah,
mix.
yeah.
We already talked about how you were able to overcome the previous hurdles. Uh, did you feel like the team started progressing really quickly? Because you guys from nowhere just started playing more and more online Counter Strike. Was it difficult for you at times to go through that level up of, I guess, playing against much better teams?
No, I think I think now from the first days of practice official we was like insta becoming the good team because we had insane vibe in team, you know, like a kitchen inside the team. It was very good. We
Okay.
was hyping each other always, and the most important thing that we had really good shooter. Everyone, you know,
Hmm.
Rus was going out killing Akaze, me, Krabeni, Demon, and it was hitting our style, you know, of game.
Okay. And then I guess 2024 was good for you guys. You did show some promise, but 2025 was when you actually turned it around, right? You started playing against some better teams, and you individually had a bit of a tough moment, maybe individually in the first couple of weeks, months. The first couple of events of 2025 were not perfect for you, right, as an AWPer. But then it felt like midway through, around March, you just started killing everyone all over the place. So what was that about? Did you what was the slump about? Did you just go through some individual bad form? Was there any reasons for it, and how did you just turn it around so quickly?
So basically, I think it like at start of 2025, we did a boot camp. We meet each other for first time, and we lost a lot of easy games on boot camp. We couldn't play it good. Me same. It was like very bad on boot camp. But after
Hmm.
we leave this boot camp, we went back home. We chill a bit, and we started to grind again. And after everyone got in shape. So the problem was that it was a boot camp, in my opinion. It was a bit hard for me to play from boot camp. I didn't like it.
Okay. Why do you think so? Do you feel like it was just getting out of your comfort zone? You just do better
Yeah,
when you
yeah,
play
yeah,
from home?
yeah, 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 yeah.
And is that something that you've been working on ever since? Because I assume, obviously, you guys have not played LANs together yet, but this is one of the next steps, right? So, uh, do you feel like that could be a bit of an issue in the future, maybe?
Yeah, it can be. We did a boot camp. I arrived from Berlin like few days ago. We
Hmm.
hit already the bootcamp with our new player misutaa in FUT, and we are starting to learn, how to be good on bootcamp. We're starting to grind more, and we will have more bootcamps in future, so we can beat someone online, without any pressure on us or something.
Okay, so now you figured it out. Everything's fine.
Yeah, yeah, it's fine.
Okay, okay. We're looking forward to that, hopefully. Then there's one tournament in particular I want to ask you about because obviously we were just having a bit of a chit chat, and there is some not so great things that are happening around that right now, but we're going to leave that aside. We're going to talk about the Yala Compass tournament that you guys were able to win. So that was a $300,000 event. It was the Yala Compass Spring 2025, and it was the first tournament that you guys won in 2025 was that event,
Yeah.
which was supposed to be a LAN. Unfortunately, got moved to online. But you were able to go through the groups without a single loss. You beat Eclod in the semifinals, and then you took down ENS with guys like Glaive and SDY in the final in a 2-0 fashion. How did you feel about this event? How was it playing against a legend of the game like Glaive in a grand final and whooping his ass completely?
To be honest, I didn't feel nothing. It was like a default game for me.
Okay.
We won it. We said like nice, GG. We went sleep, and next day we had some still racks official. So I don't like even remember this day. It was like some default game still for me.
You're saying that, but that was the moment
Yeah,
when everything started going up for you guys, right? You win that
yeah, yeah,
event,
yeah,
and then you win
yeah.
two CCTs, and you win another Thunder pick, and that was just in a matter of a couple weeks, right? In a matter of a month and a half. So, do you feel like maybe that gave you the necessary push, the necessary
Yeah, yeah,
confidence to
yeah,
start
yeah,
playing
yeah.
better?
Of course, it gave us a big confidence, and
Hmm.
the next games we were just coming and killing everyone, and that's it.
Do you feel like this is the recipe for success? Because you're making it sound so simple. You're like, well, we have a team of 5 guys that like running around and shooting and killing people. We have good aim, so we just do this, and
Yeah,
as
I
long
think
as
in
we
Navi
can kill
Junior,
them, we win.
yeah, in Navi Junior we played really simple CS. We were
Okay.
just going and killing, and kind of that's all, in my opinion.
All right, then apparently that's the recipe for success in Tier 2 online Counter Strike. And there is a not so positive note that I want to ask you about right now before we get into that entire, leave Navi, lose makazze, and go into FUT. There was a moment a couple months into the year when there was some rumors around you, and obviously your name was thrown around by some random people on social media about doing some not so good stuff, right? Which obviously is not true. You haven't done any of that, but when those rumors were circulating around, that was around the time when you were playing some of your better Counter Strike. So I want to ask you, how did you feel when you saw all those things being said in social media by some people? Did you was it difficult for you to be playing at the time? How did you take it?
I mean, about it was some rumors about a new team, yeah, something.
No, it
Or what
was
you mean?
it was when you were being accused of doing some things, if you remember.
Ah, it was about some hatch fix on my side,
Yes,
yeah, some
yes.
like it was a bit hard. Wake up and I see this in Telegram publics.
Mhm.
Few hours I was just checking it, talking with the team, friends, but I knew that I'm clear,
Mhm.
and it proves on me. I didn't do nothing bad. I didn't do any cheats, match fix, and stuff like this. So we were just playing some pracs, it was this day we went to play some prac, and
Mhm.
after we stayed in TeamSpeak, he was talking about it, and it was just a bit funny, because in few hours after this, some insights went out to publics. People started to post again that it was some fake, and I'm clear guy. So yeah.
Okay, so you
I think
just
for
Mhm.
all the time when we played in NAVI Jr, no one liked us. No one. Everyone was saying that we are cheaters, match fixers, because for people we were like kind of no one in the scene, and we were winning kinda everything. So basically, that's it.
Do you find that a source of motivation? Does it motivate you to some extent? You're saying we're that good that people think we're cheating. Is that actually a good feeling for
Yeah,
you?
yeah. It's enjoyable feeling. It gave me a big motivation and to my teammates too.
Okay. Obviously, this is a topic I don't want to go too deep into because you guys obviously have proven that you're not. But there's been a lot of issues with that in particular. But we're not here to talk about that. Now I want to talk a little bit about the end of Navi Junior. So obviously, you guys had to leave eventually because you didn't. You weren't allowed to play the events that the main team does, and you were up in the rankings. So you reached the point where you became eligible to actually qualify for a lot of the events. Maybe some tier one events as well in the future, hopefully. But what was the conversation like when you got informed by Navi Junior that they won't be continuing your contracts or prolonging them even more? Were you excited about the idea of potentially having your own team going into another organization and competing on the highest of levels, or was there an opportunity for you guys to go into different teams and be picked up after Navi Junior from other international rosters?
So of course we were trying to be to like to ask Navi to tell us as team, because we had some balance in this team. We
Hmm.
really like each other, so we tried to say them to tell us as roster, at least like 3 players and coach,
Hmm.
stuff like this. And after I said yes, and they just tried to find an org, so they found it, and now we are in foot, but
So you
without makazze.
initiated it. You guys wanted to find another team.
Us and them too, because it's better for them and us at the same time. So it was a good choice,
Okay.
in my opinion, to Celeste's roster. Yeah.
Before we go into foot and I guess the separation with Makaze, what was your experience like when you were on Navi Junior with the main team? Did you guys get to practice against them every now and then? Did you get to talk to some of the players maybe? Because obviously Wonderful is and has been the AWPer ever since you joined the team. So did you have maybe the option and the possibility, the chance to sometimes speak to Wonderful, ask him for some advice, or speak to Blade? Coolio's told me that Blade has never turned him down whenever he's wanted an advice as well as a coach. But for you guys as players, did you get the opportunity to learn something from the main team while you were on junior?
He was practicing with them a lot, and after the practice, we was checking demos.
Hmm.
So it's yeah, and we learned a lot of things from them, from these demos on practice.
Okay. Obviously, Wonderful is the guy that you're looking at. I mean, you are the Oper. He's the Oper of the main team. And Wonderful is that type of an Oper that is as well aggressive, or at least back in the day, he was even more aggressive. He's always been good
Yeah,
with the
yeah.
guns. So, what are the most valuable things that you've learned from him as an Oper?
Oh, it's really hard to say because I don't think that he's some special opera. He's just playing normal default CS, but he's doing
Okay.
the things right,
Okay.
how it should be, and that's why he's playing at Navi in tier one and playing good.
And what do you think? Because this is an interesting conversation. Because for example, his predecessor on Navi, Simple, is anything but a traditional Oper. He's just playing the game like he sees it, right? And it's not always by the book. Are you? Because you already said you're aggressive, but you can be aggressive by the book at times. Uh, do you view the game in your? Do you think that you view the game in your own unique way, in your own unique perspective, or you'd rather be a player or an oper that is fit into a structure and that follows a set, I guess, list of things that they need to do, just follow the steps in the team?
Hard question, but sometimes I see it. Yes, sometimes I see them. I picture in my own brain,
Hmm.
that people don't see it, but no, it's hard. Sometimes, yeah.
Okay, okay, this is nice to hear. And I guess now we're gonna reach the point of where Navi Junior ends. And this is a bit of I guess sad one for you guys because you did lose Makazze to the main team. So, what was the feeling of this? Because obviously he was one of the big stars. As you said, all five of you have great mechanical ability, but Makazze was the top one star for a lot of people watching NAVI Jr. So, for you guys, did you take it as a hit? The fact that he's going into tier one, were you more maybe happy about him getting that opportunity?
So yeah, it was a bit sad that I can't play with him at Hulk again like every day and stuff like this. But at the same time, I was really happy of him because he
Hmm.
joined a tier one team, kind of the best orc. So I I was fine. I think it was
Okay.
fine for me.
And
I
what do
was
you
really happy for him.
And what do you think about his debut in Cologne? You said you don't watch a lot of Counter Strike, but I presume you were a little bit interested to see
Yeah,
how
yeah,
he
yeah.
did in his first tournament.
I
So,
watched only Navi. I watched only him.
what do
Yeah.
you think about it? Well, do you think that he's fit to be a superstar at the tier one level?
Yes, I think he is, but it's hard because the Navi it's a very structured team, and the Akaze is not a player to be structured. I think it's hard for him in Navi, but late will teach him, I guess. So let's see. As his first tournament at Tier 1, I think he did great. He was playing very good, in my
Hmm.
opinion. So let's see
Okay, so
what
it's
will
good
happen in
vibes.
future. Yeah,
It's good vibes then. Now we can get
yeah.
into the time with FUT and Misuta. Obviously, you did play with Matthews for a little while, who's from Croatia. And he's a pretty aggressive rifle as well, but you decided to go with Misuta instead. Talk to me a bit about Misuta as a I was gonna say as an in-game leader. Krabeni is the IGO, obviously, but as a new teammate to this team. Obviously, he's a little bit more experienced than you guys. He's got some tier one time with Vitality from a couple years ago. He's been around and about, is what I'm trying to say. So how do you find playing with him? Because he's not in core by nature. He's not as aggressive as a player as makazze, right? So does that change something for you specifically? Maybe in on the team, does it mean that you have a little bit more freedom as an opener now?
Yes, it changed because first of all, it's hard with a new star player. We should change a lot of things. We need time to get used to him.
Hmm.
Because he's not Kaze who can run. And run. He is a bit shyest player. I think
Okay.
he is more experienced, yeah, and he is playing a bit different, and he needs just the time to to practice it and do a good job with him.
And do you see that as a possibility again? I'll repeat it, but do you see that as a chance for you to get more freedom in the server on both the T and the CT side when you have a bit more of a shy star player, as you said?
I think Krabeni, I think I have a lot of freedom if I see something and I'm saying Krabeni will always say to me, "Yes, do it. I trust you. Go and kill them if you want." So my my freedom is fine.
Is that
It's
the
enough for
type of
me.
in-game leader Krabeni is? Is he the guy that's just the man of all people? He's like, you want to go for a play, do that.
Yeah,
Demon wants to
yeah,
go for a play, do that. Symmetry wants to go for a play, do that. Is he like this?
yeah. He like it. He guy likes this. Yeah,
Okay, so I presume he's the dream captain of every young player out there.
yeah,
Uh,
yeah, yeah.
I want to ask you about something, which it could be a difficult question to answer, but you guys, you win an obscene amount of 2v4s and 3v5s and clutches and two
We
man.
won. I'm sorry.
Yeah. You win a lot of rounds where you're 2 versus 4, you're 3 versus 5, you're 1v3. There's a lot of those rounds happening in your games. Uh, it just feels like there's some type of a superpower that you guys have with winning rounds that you shouldn't be winning. How does that happen? Why are you winning so many of them?
First of all, how I say it, it's because I think of all people can really shoot good. It's most important thing because if like you're playing some clutch 2v5,
Hmm.
2v4, we just trying to be together and after just contact, somewhere.
Hmm.
And so we usually just swing them and kill them, and that's it. I think that's most important thing why we are winning a lot of clutches. It just aim skill.
You're making it sound too simple. There's so many things like communication, good cohesion with each other, knowing how the other react. You're just like, we just speak and kill them. That's it. That's Counter Strike in its essence.
Yeah.
Uh, let's talk a little bit about the first two events that you've played this year. Obviously, well, this season, and those are the last two events. This is gonna be the final point of our conversation. The first one was the Blast Open London qualifier, the RES Showdown. You guys went into the game against OG and you completely whooped their asses. It wasn't even close. And then you guys lost to VP Prodigy, which was an interesting one. That's the game that I actually want to ask you about a little bit more. This is Virtus Pro's Academy. They beat Liquid in the first round. What do you know about those guys, and why do you think the game didn't go your way on the second day of the qualifier against them?
I don't know about the guys. Nothing. I
Okay.
didn't meet them even on Faceit. Never. I don't know them at all. About our game, I don't know. It just we hook up with like some unlucky shit.
Okay.
It was hard, and it was a bootcamp time. Our two players was lagging on bootcamp. We had lost lags, and he was losing all duels. It was just hard, and they outplayed outplayed
Mm-hmm.
us a bit, so it was really hard.
All right, and the other one I want to ask you about is actually a game that ended a couple hours ago, before we recorded this interview. That was your game in the Blast Bounty Season 2. It was round one against Bait. Obviously, a really experienced team. They played at the recent major. MPO and Hetrick have a lot of high level experience as well at this point. You lost the series 0-2, but it was an incredibly close game, right?
Yeah,
Just to
yeah,
be just to look at the exact numbers, it was a 12-16 on Dust 2 and an 11-13 on Mirage. So you didn't win a map, but you played a really close series against them. So, what do you think stopped you from being able to convert that series? Did you guys go into this event with the mindset of we are here feeling comfortable? Like, do you go into those games knowing that you can match those guys' skill, and do you feel like maybe it's just a
yeah,
little bit of experience that stops you?
yeah, yeah. Of course, every game, it doesn't matter who we play. We have always chances, and we trust in this win. With Bait, it went a bit strange. We couldn't win until fourth round, and some clutches.
Mm-hmm.
We just wrote a lot of rounds, and in the final we lost a game. I would say it's just a bad game from us, and that's it.
Mentally, do you feel ready to go into the season now that you're with FUT and you're eligible to play in all big events as well if you're able to qualify? Do you feel like you guys are ready to match up against some of
Yeah,
the
yeah, yeah.
very best teams?
I feel very ready. Like Makazze said that I think we can do a big damage in some good events.
Hmm.
I think we can easily.
Okay, and just to round it out, obviously this could be a difficult one to think right on top of your head, but who do you think is the most difficult team that you've played against this year, and why? Is there a certain game that just pops in your head? You're like, those guys were really good, and there was something
Yeah,
they were doing that was really difficult for me to deal with.
I have team. It's nine, nine. So
Okay.
we played with them in final. It was in NAVI Jr. Yeah, it
Yeah.
was a final of don't remember the name of tournament. It was Tip Sport, I think. It was a
Yeah, the
final
conquest of
of
Prague.
Quals. Yes,
Yeah,
it was a final of Quals. Who win game? He go to
to the
major
LAN.
to
Yes,
LAN.
the LAN
Yeah,
finals. Yes.
yeah, yeah. And so it was a hard game. They smashed us so bad. They fully anti-stratus, and nothing was working kinda. We couldn't do nothing. We just go A, we die. We go B, we die. We split A, we die. Nothing was working.
It's weird
Zero
that you're
chance we
saying
had.
them, by the way, because they have been going through a bit of a tough time. But
Yeah,
apparently, you
yeah.
think, do you think that they just have good protocols and they just play proper Counter Strike?
Yeah, to be honest, I think because of their coach, it
Barry?
was a
Yeah.
barrier. He did a good anti-strat, some preparation, for
Hmm.
us, and they smashed us. Just no words more.
Okay, I
It
have
was
two
hard.
more. I have two more questions. Now, one of them, and I've completely purposefully skipped those two names as we've been having that entire discussion. Dziugs and Demon. I think
It's not
those
dziugs, sorry, it's dziugs.
dziugs.
Dziugs, yeah.
Does that
It's not
mean
dziugs.
anything? Does that mean anything?
It's his name.
Yeah, but does it mean anything in Ukrainian, for
Uh,
example, or
no,
Lithuanian, or
no. I don't think so. No,
so it's
nothing.
Jukes?
Dziugs, yeah,
Jukes.
dziugs.
Okay, you've helped a whole lot of casters just right now because I don't think anyone's been calling them Jukes ever
Yeah.
since. But okay, Jukes and Demon. Talk to me a little bit about the two of them as players because I think they are probably two of the more underrated guys by the entire community and by a lot of people because they are not getting the best roles, right? Not the best spots on the team, but they almost always seem to be over delivering, especially when they're anchoring, when they're left alone. It feels like they can just make anything possible, and especially Demon in some of the clutches and the 2v4s that I mentioned has been insane. So yeah, describe them two to me as players, as people.
So let's start with dziugs as a guy. So it's a bit shy guy, you know. He is very quiet. At the same time, he is very happy. He is smiling always, you know. He is
Very
some
positive, yeah.
yes, very positive, kind guy. So he is like a person. He is insanely good guy. Uh, this player, it's same. He is smart. He is young. He is fast. You know, I really like to play with him. He is shooting good. He really smart in game too, and he is playing. He's good. I don't know. And to be honest, same about Demon. But with Demon, I think is a guy with strongest aim in whole game. I think it's guy is his aim. It's
All
something
right.
different. I think
Would you say that he's one of the best aimers in tier 2 Counter Strike?
yes, of course, the best one.
You think Demon is the best aimer in
Like
tier 2?
yes, the best for sure.
Okay, that's a headline right there. That's one opinion that I really like. You know why I like it? Because I share it. I don't know if I would say he's the best, but I really like the opinion of him being a great aimer. I do agree with that.
I think if you just open one team of
Yeah.
with Demon and you look like how he shoot the people, you'll be shocked. No one do like this. Even
Okay.
don't kill like this, in my
You
opinion.
think even Donk doesn't shoot like Demon? You realize what you're saying right now?
Yeah. I realize.
Okay. I will. You know what? You know what? This is fantastic because you're saying this. We're gonna be here. We're gonna be watching Demon play, and you're just putting a bit of an asterisk to him. That makes it a really interesting statement.
Yeah.
And the last thing I want to talk to you a little bit about, because obviously it's time to round this out. But you joined FUT and you played your first events. They didn't go to plan, but obviously those were some online qualifiers without too much time for you guys to practice. But FUT Esports is a Turkish organization.
Yeah.
And Turkish fans are known to be really energetic and emotional. So, did you guys feel a lot of love from the club and the fans of the club the moment that you joined? A lot of support.
Yeah. I just opened the Twitter and I got a lot of messages. I got a lot of comments in Steam and stuff like this. And I after the lose, you know, he
Hmm.
lose his bait. I opened the Twitter and a lot of Turkish people typing me that it's all good. Nice try. It's fine, you know, and I really like it because yeah, it feels good.
Okay, it's lovely. It's lovely to know, and that's the reason I'm asking, because I think the FUT fans will be really happy about seeing you come and join me for that interview. But is there something that you wanna tell to those guys, and maybe to the Navi fans that are still gonna be supporting you? Because I bet there's gonna be a lot of those as well joining up with the FUT gang.
I want to say that thanks that people still checking our games from Navi. A lot of people like Navi fans still follow us and typing some good things in Twitter, Instagram. So really thanks to them, to food fans. Same thing, really thanks, and we will try to be a best team. We'll try to hope you some good wins, some tournaments, some LANs, TRS LANs. So let's see.
Okay, hopefully. You guys haven't had the chance to play Elan so far this year. I
Yeah,
guess this is one of the big goals for the second half of the season. Yeah, I wish you all the best. Thank you very much for joining me for this conversation. It's been an absolute pleasure. Thank you very much.
yeah. Thank you, thank you.